Hello, everybody, and welcome to another installment of Shauna Spilling the Presley Tea. And it is hot tonight, right off the press, right off the press. It's going to be an interesting few days. But yeah, I've got information about Riley Keough upset about Priscilla Presley's memoir. That's right. Riley is mad at her Nona. So let's find out more about this and see what there is. Now, guys, know that this is for entertainment purposes only, okay, guys? All right, it is. But this is based on my own opinions and the research that I do. It's also based on what's in the news. And right now, Riley Keough is in the news and in the now, and she's spilling some tea. So let's get into it, okay, guys? All right, so let me change this so I can see. Riley Keough upset about Priscilla Presley's revelations in memoir, but she's holding her tongue. Yes, she's holding her tongue. I'm trying to read this. Let's see here. I'm clicking on it. Hold on. All right. Of course, it's taking a while. Give it a second, guys. Technology, right? Okay, so she's holding her tongue, but let's see what it says, because this is from the Enquirer. Now, we gotta read between the lines when it has anything to do with the National Enquirer, okay? Just remember that. But this is hot off the press. It came out today. Priscilla Presley's scandalous memoir reveals her true feelings about late daughter Lisa Marie, suggesting her birth destroyed the beauty's marriage to Elvis Presley and charging the Songbirds' 2-year union with Michael Jackson in 1990s was a PR stunt concocted by Michael Jackson himself. Those are just some of the startling bombshells dropped in the 80-year-old Priscilla's tell-all book, Softly as I Leave You, Life After Elvis, which should really be called Softly as I Lied to You All. Nothing new here, folks. Which has Elvis fans fuming over her seemingly mean-spirited takedown of the dead music legend's only child, who passed away at age 54 in January of 2023. In the 336-page tome, The One-Time First Lady of Graceland, I wish they wouldn't do that because it just irritates me, because this is where she's probably getting in her head that she's the queen of Graceland, okay? So I don't like that line. But anyway, who divorced the suspicious mind singer Elvis in 1973, throws doubt on Lisa Marie's child molestation charges against Priscilla's actor ex-boyfriend model Michael Edwards, who has denied the claims. 1. I told you guys this the other night. Priscilla downplays Lisa's molestation and beatings from this man. Beatings. Didn't Lisa say in her book, From Here to the Great Unknown, that he would make her strip down from her buttocks down, and he would beat her till she had bruises. And then he would tell her not to look, which made her think that he was doing something, kind of sick behind the scenes as he was beating her. And he threw chairs at her and did all kinds of hateful, mean, disgusting things to her and said disgusting things to her. And Priscilla just let it happen. But now Priscilla's downplaying it while Michael Edwards denies it completely, even though he wrote in his book completely different. Anyway, the Naked Gun actress also rehashes the 2020 gunshot suicide of Lisa Marie's son, 27-year-old Benjamin Keough, and points out that her grief-stricken daughter lived with his dry, iced corpse for more than 2 months. I mean, can Priscilla quit throwing people under the bus, especially her dead daughter and grandson? Can she stop now? Anyways, Priscilla was always jealous of Lisa because Elvis gave all his attention to his daughter, a furious insider tells the National Enquirer. I wonder who that insider was. Anyways, Priscilla is essentially spitting on her daughter's grave. According to the source, Riley Keough, Lisa Marie's 36-year-old daughter, is upset about Priscilla's new book, but she's holding her tongue. I don't know how she is, because she must be built of something different than me, because I would have said something. I would be saying something. And I would definitely not let her be buried at Graceland after all this bull crap. So I hope that she holds her tongue, and then when the time happens, she'd be like, well, Nona talked crap about my mother and smeared my family to the ground, so she ain't going to be buried at Graceland. That would be nice. Anyways, the book reveals Priscilla was appalled by Lisa Marie's 1994 marriage to Michael Jackson because she didn't believe he loved her. Priscilla writes, I asked her if they had a physical relationship, like so many people. I wasn't sure, she said. Yeah, I know in my bones that Michael wasn't marrying Lisa Marie. He was marrying the Presley dynasty. What? Michael Jackson had his own dynasty. He still does. He has 3 children who have a legacy to uphold, like Lisa Marie had a legacy to uphold. How dare Priscilla think that Michael Jackson didn't have a legacy of his own, because he does. She's very naive to think that Michael Jackson doesn't have a legacy. He sure does have a legacy, guys. He sure does. Anyways, the insider says the mother and daughter had a fraught relationship, and that angry Lisa Marie got hitched to the hitmaker because she knew it would bother her mother. Probably. Priscilla also claims in the book that Elvis only asked her if she wanted to get an abortion after she unexpectedly got pregnant with Lisa Marie on their wedding night in 1967. But it wasn't Elvis who asked her if she wanted to have an abortion. It was Priscilla who was asking if she should have an abortion to Elvis. So she switched that story around to make her look good, even though Lisa already knew the truth about it in Priscilla's book, Elvis and Me. Because we all know Priscilla wrote that in her book, Elvis and Me. It was Priscilla's idea for the abortion, not Elvis. Elvis just said that no matter what decision she makes, he'll stand behind her. All right? And and another thing, we also know by Lisa saying this that Priscilla was not a virgin on her wedding night, that her and Elvis consummated their relationship when she was 18. So, there's that. Anyways, Priscilla says, our wedding had meant I could finally come out into the open, she writes. I was so excited, but when I got pregnant on my wedding night, those dreams fell apart. All she cares about was herself and her body, how her body looked, you know. She further says, making everything worse was the fact that Elvis lost interest in me sexually once Lisa was born. He had never been able to make love to a woman who had a child, which is bullshit. Just gonna throw it out there, guys. The reason why Elvis never had sex with her, supposedly, after Lisa was born is because he doesn't share his women with other men. And by the time Lisa was 6 weeks old, after Priscilla healed from giving birth, she went straight to her dance instructor's bed. That's right. She even took her dance instructor to Elvis's 68 comeback special. We all know the story here. And if you didn't, now you do. So this is just all lies from Priscilla, as always, just regurgitating what we already knew she was saying. Anyways, the insider charges Priscilla always blamed her daughter for wrecking her marriage to Elvis and claims Lisa was treated bad by her mother. She really was. Hold on, I gotta fix something. Hold on. Let's go back to it. Lisa was treated bad by her mother. She really was. They would have feuds and spend 4 to 8 months at a time not talking to each other. And towards the end, they spent 8 years not talking to one another. Lisa Marie's published biography, From Here to the Great Unknown, states that at age 10, she alleged to her mom that she was being abused by Michael Edwards. But in Priscilla's book, she claims Lisa Marie's writings were the first time I had heard her say that Edwards sexually abused her. The graphic description stunned me. Really, Priscilla? Really? First time. Lisa mentions that she did try to tell her mother. Oh, and also, Michael Edwards knew about it as well because he wrote about it in his book, that they talked about it and giggled and laughed. Other shocking claims in Softly as I Leave You include Priscilla insists she naively introduced Lisa Marie, who she described as complicated and challenging, to Scientology because she was broken after Elvis died. Yeah. So why didn't you put her in church, real church, to show her the love of God and to help her? Elvis was a Christian. Why didn't she send Lisa to church? Oh, yeah. Because I think, personally, Priscilla knew Elvis didn't like Scientology. Priscilla knew that Elvis said, only thing Scientology wants is my damned money. And she took her there. Because of John Travolta? I mean, did Priscilla ever have sex with John Travolta? Makes you wonder, right? I mean, she had sex with everybody else, right? So did she have sex with John Travolta? I wouldn't doubt it if she did. Guys, she has always been with a man. Always. And she would use the men to get what she wants. And once she got what she wants, she would discard them and move on, just like she does with her business partners. It's the same MO for her. It's the same. Anyways, Priscilla also reveals in her book that Lisa Marie began experimenting with serious drugs at a young age, adding, I eventually found out she was using pot, cocaine, alcohol, sedatives while she was in school. Yeah, but you helped her do the cocaine part, didn't you? Didn't you? You had it in your home with Mike Edwards, Priscilla. So don't act so innocent when she was not innocent, folks. This is Priscilla gaslighting the world to make her look like she is perfect and her daughter was not, and Elvis was not, and she was fine, and her emotional state was fine. It was everybody else around her who was crazy. It's also a way for Priscilla Presley to show that her legacy is the legacy of lies. Her legacy has nothing to do with Elvis Presley. Her legacy has nothing to do with rock and roll like she wishes. Her legacy has nothing to do with Graceland. Her legacy is a legacy of lies. This is what she has to hand down to her grandchildren, to her only living son. She's a liar. That's her legacy. Okay? Priscilla also says she secretly dated the late Robert Kardashian after divorcing Elvis, and once had to slip out of their bed to talk to Elvis when he called at 2 a.m. But most people say she didn't slip out of bed at all. Most people say that she was on the phone with Elvis while she was making love to Robert Kardashian and being as loud as can be in her passion to piss Elvis off. Oh, yeah. Also, Priscilla Presley claims she regretted leaving Elvis and insists she would have taken him back if he hadn't died in 1977. Give me a break. She's been saying this same song and dance for years, folks. Priscilla admits betraying Lisa Marie during her bitter custody battle with then husband Michael Lockwood over their twin daughters, Finley and Harper, now 17, by refusing to sign an affidavit stating the musician was an unfit dad. Signing it would have been perjury, Priscilla asserts. Excuse me, Priscilla? You commit perjury on a daily basis. She does. She lies out her ass. You just wait till the court hearings start with Brigitte Cruz and Kevin Keough case and she has to testify. You can't tell me that she's not going to find a way to commit perjury because she's going to be sued for $1 million and she could possibly have to pay them $1 million. Anyway, Priscilla also details the decision to remove Lisa Marie from life support after she went into cardiac arrest following a small bowel obstruction, which was complication from an earlier bariatric surgery, and knew from the first moment I walked into Lisa's hospital room that she was already gone, Priscilla says. There was little brain activity. Well, hell, there was some brain activity. You should have just waited a few days, because what you did, honey, made you look bad. And there's lots of other channels talking about it, folks. There's also channels that I've never even seen before calling her a psychopath. Oh, yeah, a psychopath. But this whole article just stinks. Because if Riley could say something, we know she would. But she's a very private person. So somebody in her life has spilled the beans that she is not happy with her Nona. Well, let's hope she's not happy at all to the point where she makes her Nona get buried someplace else away from Graceland. She doesn't deserve it, and I hope Riley sees her Nona for what she truly is. A psychopath who only thinks about greed, who only uses people to get what she wants. Because she thinks Elvis's legacy is her legacy. And it isn't. Elvis's legacy was Elvis's legacy. And when Elvis passed, it was Lisa's legacy. And guess what? Priscilla has no legacy. The only thing Priscilla has is a legacy of lies. That's it. That's all she's got. That's all she has. And that's all she's ever going to have. Because she's at the end of her life cycle, guys. She's 80. You know, even if she lived 10 more years until she's 90, or even 95, 15 years. It's over, Priscilla. It's over, honey. She claimed on an interview a few days ago that she doesn't think about age. That is such bullshit. She thinks about age to the point where her face was ruined because of age. Because of her ego. She had to touch her face up. It would have been nice to see what she would have looked like if she aged gracefully, like all the rest of Elvis's girlfriends, you know. But even when Linda Thompson got her work done, it's not so extensively as much as Priscilla. I know Linda's got a little bit too much Botox put around in this area. And then you have Ginger, and then you have the rest of them that we can see. They're aging fine and gracefully. But Priscilla, oh, Priscilla, she can't take her age. She can't take the fact that her legacy is a legacy of lies and that she has to steal from Elvis and Lisa to have a legacy. It's very sad. And now she's going to steal from her grandbabies again. I'm sure of it, to make her legacy even better. And guys, don't forget, when she does pass on, all of the money, whatever money she does possess, and all her possessions are not going to her granddaughters. No, it's all going to her drug addict, crazy, weirdo son, Provolone Navarone. That's right. I have the paperwork. He's getting everything. Everything. You think she was ever going to let Lisa have anything? No, because she signed this paperwork that Navarone was going to have everything in January 2023 before Lisa even passed. That's right. She signed it. She signed it on her ex-husband's birthday, the paperwork. And Lisa wasn't mentioned at all. And her grandbabies weren't mentioned at all. The only people mentioned in her will is Provolone Navarone. That's it. Wow, right? Priscilla, Prissy Pants, you have a legacy of lies. In fact, It's more like she has a house of cards. And with this book and everything and all these people talking about her, is just tumbling down. And the crazy thing is, a lot more people are finally seeing Priscilla Presley for what she is, a liar, a greedy woman who will do anything and everything to keep control. That's her legacy. That's that's her legacy. Legacy of lies, legacy to keep control, a legacy of greed. That's that's her MO. Anyways, folks, you could have went to any Elvis channel to find out some of this stuff, but you didn't. You came to mind, and for that I love each and every one of you for it. Guys, join me on Friday. We're going to do another breakdown live of her book. Another breakdown. It's going to be fun. If y'all enjoyed the video that I did Monday night, breaking it down by topics with 3 books, don't miss Friday night when I go live, guys, because it's going to be a fun, bumpy ride when it comes to the liar. All right, guys. All right, guys. I love you guys. TCBTLC. God bless you all. And you know what? I'll see you on the other side, of course. And Friday night, live at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We will be live talking about her book. I'm going to break it down by topic again. We're going to find out more about these lies that she's basing her legacy on. Okay, guys? All right, guys. Be careful out there. There's some crazy people. Trust me, there are. So be careful out there. Be careful who you follow in the Elvis world and hang around. And remember, you are loved. Okay, guys. I'll talk to y'all later, all right? Bye now.